guess we're gonna go live. I'm not quite set up yet, but I hit the button too early. That's what we're doing. And yeah, we're live. Okay. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna start, and when people come in, I will explain what I'm doing. Hey, Todd. I accidentally hit the live button a little too early, so we're just gonna start a little early. It usually says, it asks again if it's for children or not, and you say no, it's not for children because I want to monetize it. And this time, I don't know if I like double clicked it on accident, but it went right to live. And by then, like, your finger hits it and you're like, oh, at the last second, you just can't stop. So Alex Fado, Guten Abend. I don't know what that means. I think it means hello, but just finished running around with a snowblower. So I have a snowblower, but it doesn't work. It needs a new carburetor. I'm not a small engine repairman, and so anyway, there's that. What am I making tonight? So this is kind of an experiment, like what we always do on this channel. I don't know if I ever do something like good and repeat it, it'll be a small miracle. So what I was thinking is make a turntable for all of my Salisbury Crafts. Oh, my sign. Sign isn't up. For all my Salisbury Crafts paint, I want to make like a Lazy Susan or a turntable or something to display them, and so we're gonna try that. I have some junky. I have two opposing black walnut crotch pieces that may or may not work. They're pretty punky. Not pretty, but punky. But I'm still going to try to use them because I think I'm going to do everything. The actual working surface will be on, hopefully, the harder side. It's not static. Static wave. Oh, hey. Pre-recorded. No, not pre-recorded. I thought you were saying it's not static, like physics, static, still it's standing still. What do you got, Static Wave? Thanks for stopping in. I think the idea of a pre-recorded live stream is a little disingenuous. All right. So, I think this will sit flat now. This is very soft and punky. I got it. It probably had been sitting on the ground too long. And by the time I got it, and then it sat in my wood pile for a little while, but it was up off the ground, but I don't know. This stuff is just pretty rough. Really like to turn the speed up a little bit. Lee Harris is in. Thanks for stopping in, Lee. I don't want to get too thin, but I really do want to turn the speed up. Maybe I'll cut at an angle, take some of the mass off of this side. Thought I saw that move. Guess not. So I think for this one, I'm not really going for looks because I'm not getting into anything solid yet. So we're just going to prove the principle. Do I need to make, is that hard enough for a tenon? I'm not going to do a recess. All right, we'll try it. Alright, we'll turn it around. See if I can grab onto that. It's pretty soft, but I'm not gonna go too terribly fast. So I did use my wood screw chuck, my screw chuck, because I didn't think the between centers was a good idea on the bark side. The bark side of the wood. Sounds like a song. Got your face shield on? Oh yeah. I always have it on. I flip it up to talk because it sounds like Darth Vader. But yeah, I always have it on. Because I half expect everything that I do, I pretty much just expect it to come off at some point. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. And this is, so I did also put a little bit of super glue in there when I screwed my screw chuck into it, just to hold just a little bit better, because it was still pretty soft. So here's my theory. I'm going to put a groove. I'm going to make it flat, put a groove in it about the size of half a marble. Then I'm going to very carefully put the same groove in this piece so that it'll rotate, and then put a piece of wood down through the middle, glue it into the bottom to keep it centered. And the theory is we'll make a simple rotating table with things we have around the house. Yeah, I've done too much, Todd, that I thought was fairly safe, and later when I look back, I'm like, man, that was not safe. Too many things have come off that unexpected. So if it's small like tops, once I get to the sanding and coloring, then I'll probably take them off. But anything with any mass to it, I like my jaw. I like to eat food, so I'm going to keep doing that. All right. I am going to turn this up a little bit, probably to 900. We're just turning 500, which is agonizingly slow when you're used to turning 2,000 for tops. All right, and also I'm standing off to the side. Smells so bad. Is there some dog crap in the middle of the... It's not there. It's the combined bad smell of the wood chips. Johnny Foster, hello? Oh man, does walnut smell, or is it just that it's like half rotten? Just all of a sudden, ugh. We're getting pretty flat. That's gonna work, I think. Right here is a little sus, but the majority of our circle will be in some good wood. Do a couple more. I'm just gonna slightly dish it so the middle doesn't interfere. And I'm going to go a little bit faster now, because now we're very even. Go up to 1400. Yeah, that's good. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. All right. I'm going to cut this edge a little bit because we don't need all of that because we can't use any of this anyway. Alright, that's looking really good right now. I'll put some super glue in there. So a crack right here, so it's very thin along there. Take advantage of some runoff. So if you're just joining us, I'm going to try to make kind of a lazy Susan type thing, a rotating, I don't know, what did I just call that? Just something rotating, a rotating thing. Try to organize my markers and pencils and maybe glue even. Alright, let that cure a little bit. Shear scraping uphill. Yeah, I should have put the tool rest down a little bit. It still works. It still works. Alright, hopefully I won't get a face full of glue, but I might. Just going to clean up where I put the glue on. Todd, do you mean holding my tool up like this? Shear scraping? As opposed to sideways like this? I always do as high as I can, almost vertical. That's the way I was shown to do that. Alright, I'm going to sand that a little bit. Just a little bit. Not not too much because it's actually really flat. Yeah, that's not really sanding very well. I can feel it. But that looks pretty good. I'm gonna go with it. I am gonna drill that hole out a little bit because it's just wobbling some. And I need it to be centered and straight. Yeah, so I always shear scrape kind of at that angle, way above the center line. That's the way Robbo showed me to do it years ago. And the higher you get, the more you're just shearing off. Like if you're shear scraping this way, sideways, it's more like scraping, where if you rotate up, you're like slicing it off, and it gives it almost, you don't even almost have to sand it. It's just, that is such a nice surface right there. All right, give me a few minutes. I'm gonna go get some marbles, and Doodle Bob, thanks for stopping in. Dream to do this work. Aerospace machinist. Oh gee. Yeah, there's no freedom in that, right? It's all by the drawing. All right, I've got some marbles. Like I said, I was a little bit prepared, but then I hit the go live button too soon by accident. So I apologize if you had your alarm set for 8 and I went, well, 8 o'clock Eastern, and I came in a little bit too soon. I do apologize for that. It was not my intention. All right. I'm going to drill. That was a 5/16. I can really make that center anything I want. So if we're going to make a dowel, let's make it big. I'm going to do 1 inch. Yeah, we're gonna do 1.25 inches. Let's do 1.25 inches. If we're gonna mess it up, let's mess it up big. Yeah, that's I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but that's just the way that I was shown to do it. The shear scraping. All right, I'm gonna slow back down to cut with the Forstner bit. And I'm gonna go a good distance because I want this to be fairly straight. So the deeper I go, the straighter it has a chance of getting. That's about as deep as I dare. If I go too far, I won't stay on the chuck, I don't think. All right. So we've got our cylindrical hole. Yeah, that's a good depth. Okay. All right, what was I doing? Oh, we need to cut a groove for our marbles. And that is going to be just past that crotch. About right there. I'm going to speed up. About 1400. I don't want to go faster than that with this wood. I'm going to retighten my chuck just in case it's dried out a little bit. Tight. All right. And this little piggy's going to mark it. Right there. And we'll say right there. So we're going to try that. I'm going to go real shallow. I do not want the groove to be wider than my marble. Now, all this commentary is just what's going through my head. I've never done this before. So, hey Matthew, how you doing? I'm in my shop, so you can just assume that I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. So, I'm going to start in the center of this and just kind of keep going, and we're going to put the marbles in and try it. One thing I don't know is if I'll do should I do a groove or a slot? If I do a slot, it won't center. Yeah, so it needs to be a groove. Never mind. It needs to be a groove. I wish I could describe what this wood smells like. It's really smells quite awful. Oh, that is a nice groove. Round carbide scraper, good idea. I might do that. That would make it perfectly round, wouldn't it? My carbides are not that sharp, so we'll see what we can do. If it's too rough, I'm not going to do it. But and that's not sharp enough. Sorry. That's a good idea. I'm just not prepared for that. That is still a nice groove. Got a little wormhole here that's gonna probably cause some problems. Can't tell if there's a bug in there or not. I don't think so, but something's in there. All right. Hey, Pat. Small Wood Lot. Thanks for stopping in. Okay, so I want to go a little bit deeper, and we're riding on the edge. I don't know. I think this is going to work. But I definitely want to go a little deeper. We're not even close to the center yet of the marble. So if you guys are just tuning in, we're making I'm going to attempt to make a rotating table. Without using a kit or, oh, I hope I didn't make that too big. Without using a kit, we're going to use common household things. Oh, that might be perfect. Look, it's just like rolling. Yeah. I think I might go with that. Oh. It's not quite. Tell me what you think. There you're looking at it straight on. There's the marble. It does roll easy, but it's not quite halfway. I think a bit deeper, because I don't really want a huge gap. It's going to need a small gap, but not a huge gap. And I can always make the top shallower, right? Yeah. Okay. Yep. All right. A little bit deeper. That's perfect. And it still won't go, it doesn't go side to side. Stays centered. All right. That's perfect. Perfect. All right. So, I think this is done. I am I'm going to put some CA glue in the groove just to kind of seal that up, because this wood is a little bit wet. It's been sitting in the garage, which is not cold enough to freeze, but not warm enough to really dry anything out. I thought it'd be a little bit drier than this, but it is what it is. Custom finishing table. Yeah. Yeah. Like a cake decorating, right? I could put a motor in it and display bowls and things. We're using CA glue from Satellite City, one of my favorite CA glues. You guys know the spiel. Great company to work with. I've actually talked. I guess I didn't talk to the owners, but I made a model airplane for them to kind of show off their company and also my channel. But that airplane that's on their logo, I made that at half scale, which was still about 4.5 foot wingspan. So the full scale was over 8 feet. It's 1,000. I think it's 1,000 inches of square foot of wing. It's called the Satellite 1000, something like that. But I'm gonna try to make a full scale airplane that I can send to them to keep in their office if they so desire. You know what? This wood is pretty nice looking. And that groove is really nice. All right, let's polish that up a little bit because put a Lazy Susan on a 3-leg table. Nice. Okay. Used for finishing, like painting, like finish, like painting, spray painting, or shellac, stuff like that. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. All right, if this works out, I might just do that, Todd. Well, probably not this. I probably want a bigger marble ring and better wood. This is just a test. All right, and that is just some abrasive paste that will polish up that super glue. Put our marble. Oh yeah, that's nice. That actually even just slides in it if it doesn't rotate. That's nice. Okay. All right, I think this one is good. I just need to take off. Oh no, I don't. I made a recessed tenon. That's right. Okay. So I think that's good. I'll sand it a little bit to get it flat. All right. Let's make the top. So first thing I'm going to do is make an 1¼ inch stem because I need to get them centered up. What was I going to use? Where'd it go? There we go. Have a piece just for it. I need to get them centered up so I can put some marbles in it and tap it and indent where the groove needs to go to match it up. So first thing, I need that 1¼ inch stem. I got an idea. If I know I need to go 1¼ inch, I have an 1¼ inch bit. Save myself some hassle. Go down to where that cut is. Seems like a good idea. All right, what do we got? Matthew, thank you, Matthew, for putting in the satellite city and the abrasive paste. Few model airplanes, tissue paper and balsa wood, wingspan 72 inches. Yeah, that's huge. It's you don't grasp the size of that 6-foot wingspan and 9-foot. Like I had trouble maneuvering the one in my basement that I made, and it was only 48 inches. And it's hanging from the ceiling, and I still run into it. My father had gotten the plans, and I sat weeks cutting each piece. Took about 2 years to complete. Oh, yeah, that's a lot of work. I have, it took me quite a while to make the one. It was like 7 different video episodes. It probably took me 4 or 5 months. I did not make it out of balsa. I made it out of pine, and it didn't really fly that well, but I just wanted to kind of learn how to build planes. All right, that's pretty good. It's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be tricky to get it straight. I'll use my speed square or something. So if that goes that far, I need to go probably a little bit more. Alright, how thick? This piece will probably turn down to there. Bear with me here. Okay. That moves my whole table. Too fast to spin that piece of wood. Okay, we're getting there. Set that aside. I'm going to part this off. Alright, there's our stub shaft. Now, put my wood screw back in. Save that. My luck, I dropped that stub shaft in the shavings and have to remake it. All right. back to the chat. I used to fly a 3D Raptor helicopter. Nice. Like a model one, Jay, or not real, right? That would be awesome. Those things happen. Haven't seen anything even close to it in the plans or kits in stores online. I can, Pat, I can send you, I have the full PDF of the Satellite 1000 if you're ever interested. It took, I had to print it out at work on the plotter. And it did take 2 sheets, and they're 48 or 24 inches wide. So it took 2 sheets to print the whole drawing. The drawing's like 9 feet long and I don't know, what's 24, probably 36 inches wide. It was a real weird drawing shape. All right, so we're gonna make this flat. Take my Jacob's chuck back out. Put in my live center. So if you're just coming in, I'm gonna try to make a rotating table or like a lazy Susan without any kits or anything. It's gonna be just with around the house, like marbles and stuff like that. All right, Klondike. Klondike Craftsman's in. Nice. Thanks for coming in. 3D Raptors. Howdy, Madeline. Hey, Madeline. Good to see you, Todd. Madeline. Did you ever tell me what the TOD in front of Madeline is? Madeline? Sounds like a lot of fun. Did anyone else get military driving academy when in service? Basically teach you how to operate or drive everything. Todd's filling a plate. Klondike, Madeline. Appreciate if everyone could pop over and subscribe. Yeah, definitely. Hey, how many do we have in? 170. Everybody take a few minutes while I read the chat. Go to Salisbury Crafts and subscribe, please. That would help us both out. Jay makes some amazing paints, which you're going to see a little bit because we're going to do the top now, and we're going to put some color on it. Definitely subscribe to Salisbury Crafts. Just really, really great paint system that I absolutely love. So do that, definitely. Klondike, you were one of the first channels. I have to say that also. Yes, Klondike Craftsman, one of the first ones I started watching. Like the drawing I gave you. Yes, Madeline, that was my favorite. I have it posted in my office. I wouldn't even know where to print it out, but a few biplanes would be cool. Yeah, yeah. Hey, let me know. I can always print stuff out at work and mail it to you or something if you need a large drawing. All right, before they were made, sold. People buy a lot of epoxy stuff. I don't really enjoy doing epoxy that much. And I don't know, I get tired of people saying everything's unhealthy and scary and we shouldn't do it, and so I don't know. All right, we're gonna make this side flat and then flip it over. Should I just do, how should I flip that over? We'll do a tenon and then remove the tenon because I kind of want this to be just perfectly flat. So, all right. Wow. Okay. Check your speed before you turn it on. Luckily I was reading the chat and not even close to getting hit by that. Oh man. Put things back together here. Man, that hit, it went straight up and hit my overhead light, and the room just got, it was like, that's what got me, is all the dust coming off the light. I didn't realize what happened at first. All right, yeah, don't do that. Always check the speed. In fact, change it now. Yeah, that was... Sorry I didn't talk right away. I was a little catching my breath, so. Unbolted lathe, yep. Yep. All right. So I should be getting a shout down pretty soon. Unless she turned on, she might have turned on my live stream to see if I'm still alive. I'm missing a piece. Kind of missing a piece there. Unless it just disintegrated. Dang it. I don't know if I can use this one. There's like nothing. That is so punky all the way through. Yeah, there's really nothing to glue to. Doggone it. So, at any rate, I don't think this would have worked because look at, well, let me get my tools went flying. Oh, there's some pieces. I see some pieces now. Okay, clear up in here is just, it's just coming apart. I don't think this would have worked anyway. We're just starting to get into some right there, but... Okay, there's a lesson on distraction. Do not get distracted. Very bad. You would have thought it would have broke where I put that big hole in it. Yeah, I think this one's going in the fire. Once something like that happens, you're like, nah. I'm gonna teach this guy his lesson. And it didn't even break like anything to do with the crotch. There just wasn't any strong wood there. I've done that before where I've forgot to check the speed and it starts turning and you get the air, but look at that. That all just kind of disappeared. It's like Star Wars flying through the crevasse. But you're like, oh shoot, that's too fast. And you shut it down, but man, that went apart real fast. All right, hold please. Let me find a piece of wood that I can use for the other side of this. I will be right back. I may need to get a new set of britches also. No, just kidding. It's fine. That'll work. All right, so this isn't going to be the prettiest, but we're just kind of proving concept again. So we're going to make it work. This I can speed up a little bit. We're going to start out at 900. See what happens. Alex D. Mast. We are making, if you just came in, let me get caught up. Oh, I'm fine, Madeline. I'm fine. If I'm talking, I'm all right. If I stop talking, somebody call my wife. All right. Alex is in. Thanks for stopping in, Alex D. Mast. That's why you wear a face shield. The face shield would have stopped it. It would have. I'm not saying it wouldn't have clocked me, but it would have stopped it. And my face shield actually has the bottom, like the chin, and the crown, so I would have been all right. I've taken hits to it before. All right, Lazy Susan. Yes, that's what we're making. I didn't mention Jean was in. I just remembered seeing. Where's Jean? Jean Jean-Francois Jonette. I'm probably butchering that, but thank you for stopping in. And thank you so much. My lives are mesmerizing. Oh, there's Mrs. Bailey. Am I okay? Yes, I'm okay. It's an unbolted lathe. Da 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 da. It was so loud. Mrs. Bailey's second time chatting. I appreciate that. That was pretty loud. Yeah. Alex, my new destination for, yes, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 o'clock Eastern, definitely. And we're going to attempt a Lazy Susan. If you're just coming in, you missed why you would be here, why we watch anything on the internet. We had a near catastrophe. Scary moment, but not that scary. Just piece of wood blowing apart because I had it too fast and forgot to change the speed. So we're gonna start and try to make this one, but I'm gonna put an inset 10 in because I don't like this side has too many things on it. So this is gonna be the top surface, and my Lazy Susan's surface is going to be down here. So first thing I'm going to do is make a circle, see where I need to go. Oh, what are the odds that I would pick randomly the point that went right to the edge. Nice. All right. Sometimes you get lucky. All right, face shield on. If you're just coming in, you can go back. I don't know what time it was, maybe 10, 15 minutes ago, and see if you can watch it in slow motion. I will definitely be watching that back. I'm recording horizontal below this on a pretty good camera, so we'll be watching that one back. Alright, so this is going to be the actual top. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this because this is not going to be the one that I use eventually. So I just need to put a small tenon in there. Alex, I had a bowl fly off the lathe and hit the spot I was just standing in the other day. Freaks you out for a bit. Yeah, it does. Nothing like a good wake-up alarm. Yeah. I've never been injured. Like injured. Usually it catches that part of my hand. If anything. I've had some very close calls. That's enough to wear the proper safety equipment. Oh, why am I making this so big? That's way too big. Okay. I think that'll work. That'll work just fine. And it's Friday, guys. I never thought this week would end. You know, that first week back after a holiday, especially you got Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. All within, what, 30 days? 36 days, something like that. I can't count right now. 24th to 25th, 20th to 30th. Yeah, all within about 30 or 40 days. Too many days off, and then to go back and do the full week. And I took a few days vacation. I never do that. Our uphill shear scrape, look at that. That's what I love to see, Todd. My uphill shear scrape. Start out horizontal and then just kind of crank it up. All right, so let's take a second. I did see JP come in. If you're in and you like wood turning, you like what you're seeing, there's a couple people I want to point out in the chat. Telling stories, scary stories now. So, but Klondike Craftsman, definitely subscribe to the Klondike Craftsman if you're not already. Subscribe to JP Woodwork. Definitely, these guys are the ones that I started watching when I started. Hey, Macario's in. Macario. Salisbury Crafts, definitely subscribe. Small Woodlot, I think did we look at that? You have a channel, right? Does Johnny Foster have a channel? I'm gonna check that out. Johnny Foster has a channel I am subscribed to. Small Woodlot, I think I subscribed to that. Pat, I am subscribed. Pat has some really nice videos. Who else? Remind me. Santorian 2090 is in. Thanks for stopping in. We appreciate everybody that's in the chat. Everybody that stops in. Definitely. All right. Anybody else remind me? Go to TOD_Madeline and subscribe. Madeline is starting her channel, and she started around Christmas and is up to over 300. So yeah, definitely check everyone out. JP, when I first started turning, I had a cheap skew get ripped from my hand and fly away. I lost it for 3 months and noticed it blade up into my ceiling. Nice. I've never had that happen. I've jammed them, but never had it fly out of my hands. That's scary. Ice raced motorcycles in Maine. No, Pat, you didn't ice race motorcycles. That's the coolest thing ever. Billy crashed and his front wheel with the mangled rest of the forks flew across my handlebars, completely missed me. Wow, that's crazy. I used to like watching the ice motorcycle racing. It was on the Wide World of Sports back in the day, and it's wild stuff. I think it's against the law now. All right, I'm gonna cut this center hole. I need to do that before I do the groove. All right. Now, I'm not going to take it off the chuck, but what I am going to do is take the chuck off. Because I need to mark where the marbles are going to go. So, this is our top. This is our bottom. Let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, looks pretty straight. Hopefully that'll fit. I think it will. It may take a little coercion. Okay, we're going to put some marbles in. My marbles all ran to the same side. Gotta spread them out a little bit. Probably should have taped them. That's too tight. That's too tight. So I was looking for my sandpaper, and when everything went sideways, it fell on the floor. All right. Oh yeah, my hammer. I forget what I started out making. I think I was just making like a drum shaker, but it wasn't noisy enough because I used lead pellets. So I was like, I'm just gonna make a dead blow. So I made a wooden dead blow hammer. A light dead blow, a light and would fix that. A light sand would fix that. Yep. That's what I'm hoping. Do you ever, when you lose the sandpaper, just get a new piece because it's too far to lean down? All right, here's a little bit of trivia. Yeah, one of them needs to float. You're right, Pat. For now, I want it tight to line up the groove, but then I will definitely open up. I should open the bottom one because the top needs, well, this is just a test top, so. Might help it spin a little freer. Yeah. All right, there we go. That is enough to dent for our marbles, I think. Okay. One here. All right, one of those should have worked, right? Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Every once in a while, something works. Okay. Check my chuck, make sure tight. With all that hammering, it might have loosened something up. Actually, it's off center a little bit. There we go. All the hammering popped it out of the... Well, Well, that'll be the new flat. We're going to cut part of the groove and then make sure we flatten it back out. That's good. Ooh, I know what I'll do. We're gonna sand a little bit more. Then I'm gonna put some wax on it. Hey, RG is in. Hey, RG. Let's see if this fits. Oh, perfect. A little bit of play, a little bit more than I wanted, but that is okay because the marble should center it up. All right, let's do a little bit of sanding. My other phone is full. Dang. Doesn't because this app has a bug. No, that's not gonna work. All right, hold on a sec. My phone, my other camera recording. Oh, we're at a level 1 snow advisory. So on weekends here, they stop plowing and treating the roads because it's a weekend. So that's just the way it is. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of super glue, same as we did on the last one. All right, Alex, thanks for stopping in. Dogs have cats. No. That's horrible. And this is just to seal up that groove in case we put any oil in there or anything to lube it. I'm gonna do just a touch of abrasive paste. Oh, Mrs. Bailey is participating. We haven't had any, have you guys, my moderators, have you kicked anybody out tonight? Like, this might be a record. No crazies. Although we're not making spindle turning. That's usually incites the crazies. Maybe I should do other things for a while other than spindle turning. So if your head's not in the right place, it might cause for some questioning. All right, that'll polish that up. Okay, now for the big test. Let me clean that up a little bit more. Don't want it to be sticky. All right. Make sure we fit. Beautiful. Take that off. All right, moment of truth, taking it off the chuck. It'll never be the same. Oh, look, I was about to lose my tenon. Chipped out with when I cut that circle. All right, good to know. Okay, I'm gonna start with 3. We're gonna see what works best also, because I have a feeling if they all go to one side, it's not gonna work. So we're gonna need more than that. It almost would have to be full, wouldn't it? Otherwise, they'll all be on one side. Now, also, I did not make sure that I had all the same size marbles. So that would also be a part of it. You know, sometimes, and this is gonna sound a little self-serving, but there are times where I amaze myself. And I hate to say that out loud because it does sound, I don't know, I would hate if somebody said that to me about themselves, but look at that. And you can put a side load on it because of that stem. That's very satisfying. Oh, Jay, I forgot the watercolors. Okay. Yep, we gotta put it back on. I gotta dress it up. I'm gonna lightly turn that down. Don't want to lose it. Okay. I'm going to turn a tenon. Can't think of the word right now. The opposite of a tenon. A mortise. I'm going to turn a mortise. It would look good with some color. Absolutely. That should do it. You know what this would be good for? Have you ever seen those videos where they put a dry erase? They have like a dry erase board, and they just spin it by hand, and they make like pretty cool designs. That would be good for that. Alright, we're going to flatten this out. Opposite spin with tops on it. I could glue the cheese board to our spinner. I'm losing my... Oh. My wood's getting too thin. So we're going to stop there. We're going to slow it down, sand it, put some color on it. It's... I'm losing it with the grain. Yeah, it's getting too wobbly. So one thing I have trouble with, and I'm sure there's better methods, but one thing I have trouble with is when I go from one side and I flip it over to the other side, it is never centered exactly right. Like when I change from one side, or even when I take it off the chuck and go back, even if I mark the if I mark the jaws, I still have trouble. I have a name for that. When I put wood on the chuck more than once and it doesn't line up, I call it upchucking. Whenever I upchuck, it causes problems. That's just a joke. I don't really call it that. Everybody'd be like, no, it's a thing. I heard it. When you upchuck on your lathe, yeah, you gotta be careful. When you rechuck, that's probably a better term. Rechuck, not upchuck. Give me a second. I'm not sure if they're dovetail or straight. For some reason I think they're straight, but no, I think on the outside they're dovetail, but on the inside they're straight. Is that a thing? All right, that's good enough. So I can't write to the edge because of that guy right there. But we can color just inside. All right, what do we want to color this? We're gonna do two colors. I have red, green, blue, and yellow. You leave the spur mark and live end marks. It should center. You may have to twist the blank around a little. Yeah, I know. And I've gotten it every once in a while. It'll work, but for the most part, like I'll never do a bowl and finish the bottom and then flip it and do just the top. Like I've seen so many people do that. Mine never really work out like that. I always have to shear scrape the bottom when it's turned around coring. All right, so I've got red. So here's the vote. If you want red and blue, put in the chat red and blue. If you want blue and yellow, put in the chat blue and yellow. If you want red and yellow, if you want yellow and green, green and blue, green and red, some combination of two of those colors. I don't want to use all four. Red, yellow. We got red, gold. Upchuck. I think Mrs. Bailey is saying ew to the upchuck reference. She does not like that. Red, then yellow to get an orange. Okay. We could do some overlapping. Red and yellow. Okay. All right. So now comes the question, because if I try to use these out here, it's going to be spinning. Look, you can see that move. It's going to dry them out. So I'm going to use some fixative to help prepare that surface. All right, we're overwhelming red and yellow. So that's what we'll do. And I see that I have a lot of sawdust in there. So let's get our fan 9000 out. And that dried it pretty good too. That is Fixative 1306 by Krylon. I'm not sure. It's more like for chalk stuff and giving you a good surface to write like colored pencils and chalk. But I have had good luck with it. This is something that Brian from Vineyard Farmhouse recommended. It's been all right. It's been good. It just gives it a little bit less dry surface, I think, than the pine. Brian went to school for art, so I usually try to take his advice for some of my art projects, my arts and crafts. All right. I've been going for almost 2 hours so far. If you guys need to go, that's fine. I understand. You can always come back. Definitely subscribe. We'd love to have you check out some of our other videos. We do all kinds of stuff on this channel. Not just wood turning. All right, make sure I'm going the slowest. Yep. All right, we're gonna try it. I don't know how well this is going to. I don't know how well this is going to work, but we'll see. Let's go bring it around a little bit. Look at that color. Even turning on a flat piece, I am impressed. I did not think that that would work. I really did not expect that to color that grade of coverage. Great job, Jay. The yellow might be, now we're getting even faster out here. So that may be more of a test. Clyde Schuler is in. Hey, Clyde. Mod Podge is very similar, I think, but I don't think it's the same. That's more of like a glue. Oh, Clyde, don't worry about it. I'm just glad you got him. It has been a crazy holiday season, I guess, from ooh. I forgot about the knots and went all the way out. All right, so I am going to kind of want to do a spray because I don't want to get the yellow in my red marker or the red in my yellow marker. So I have the trigger on the red. Come on, focus. I have the trigger on the red. I think my lens might need clean. Hold on. And I'm just gonna give it a spray. Should I do it? Should I mess it up? That looks almost terrible, but almost cool. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna dry it right there. Wow, you can watch that yellow coming through. Clyde, we wouldn't forget you. Marines, right? Coming, here we go, Mod Podge. The delay, lost electricity in the shop. Vacation messed it all up. Vacation can't mess up anything. Alright, let's see what this looks like. That's pretty weird. It, like the grain, I didn't put any glue on this, right? I put the super glue on the other side, unless it soaked through. That looks kind of cool. I like where the red went through into the end grain. That's pretty neat. All right, let's do the work fix. That's the work fix. What do you mean, Jay? Work fix. Oh, that could be, yeah. Yeah, it's like not letting it, fix-a-tiff. Fix-a-tiff. It's not letting it soak in. I'm gonna put super glue on this because I really want to see what it looks like. It's weird though, it didn't show up like that till it dried. But yeah, you would know more about the coloring than I do. And the other thing is, if I were using a better piece of wood, like, I would definitely do things different, guys. This is all just kind of practice, messing around, you know. I'm not selling any of this, and I probably would not even give it away at this point. It's experimental. Kind of ugly, you know? All right. I don't think it looks that bad. All right. As long as we're messing up, like I said, let's mess it up. Go big. Go big or go home, right? I always, now that I'm older, I'm like, if I'd have known that going home was an option, when people said go big or go home, if I'd have known going home was an option, I would have used it a lot more. All right, it's sufficiently uglied up. So the purpose of this was not really about the color, but you kind of see, if I wouldn't have messed it up, we might make some tops just to redeem myself. But what this is, it is our homemade Lazy Susan with just wood and marbles. No kit. I gotta get this flat. No kit, no nothing fancy. But we did this on our wood lathe, and it freaking works. Look at that. So nice. We could even, if this is so offensive, we could turn it over. We could finish this side, make it real nice too. It doesn't seem to, I think this side's heavier, so it's like catching. That's working pretty good. I like this. I like this project. I'm gonna have to make some more of these. I can't do it. The colors are just so bad. This is a bad advertisement for Salisbury Crafts. We gotta. We gotta be better than this. I gotta be better than this. Man, that is really wobbly. There we go. I can do better. I can do better, coach. That's a very thin coat, Todd. We won't go through. I got, right here is where the groove is on that line. So the closest would be that side of the line, but I've got a good 1/4 of an inch maybe. Should we just do all the colors? Clyde Lee, thanks for stopping in, Clyde. Old man does great work. Oh, me an old man? You do great. You're saying yourself. Thanks, Clyde. Thanks for stopping in. You guys have a great night, Clyde. Clyde. We're gonna do all the colors because we need to show them off. So it is probably not super healthy to use these textures or markers on spinning wood like this because it does it's some wear and tear on that felt tip. That blue just catches the grain and soaks right in every time. Should probably thin it out. I don't know. I love that yellow though. The yellow is my favorite. In fact, we'll do another yellow. All right, let's do oh, I know I have some lacquer or polyurethane somewhere. Hey Garrett, thanks for stopping in again. You trying to get timed out? Just kidding. Can't get timed out for that. I think you're just testing. But you're good. Alright, yeah, that blue catches the grain. This is pine, so it's very porous. It is what it is, but and those are Salisbury Crafts stains, paints, and resin pigments. Definitely check them out. Great colors, great system. We will have some in the States soon. We are working out some international issues that we need to work out, but that will be resolved shortly. There you go. Finished product. Anti-disestablishmentarianism is, I think, if I remember correctly, it is in the attitude of being upset with the established hierarchy or government. Or upset with the people that are upset with it, something like that. I have to look that up. Let's see what it is. Three-week shipping. I was kind of figuring about that. Anti-disestablishmentarianism is oh, it's about the church. Can't really find a good definition. Political position that originated in 19th century Britain. The position opposed proposals that time. What? Political position that originated in 19th century Britain. The position opposed proposals at that time to remove the Anglican Church status as the established Church of England. It opposed proposals to remove the church. So they wanted to keep the church as the established Church of England. There were proposals to remove the church, and this was against proposals to remove. Seems like a double negative, but that's what it is. In the 1950s, the $64,000 question, a young contestant correctly spelled it to win. Interesting. Webster does not recognize the word. It's not used enough. So there you go. All right. Looks like a target for archery. Could be. I could paint the middle red. Food safe, yes. And even with the polyurethane, once it cures or dries, most coverings are, I would say, child safe or food safe once they've cured. Now, you don't want to ever eat it. Like, I don't like using resin, and some people will say it's food safe, but you have to make sure that every molecule of that was mixed. If you get a spot in there that wasn't mixed, it's not food safe anymore. So I hesitate to use resin as food safe. I'd rather use a lacquer or something. So, all right, guys, it worked. This is kind of cool because usually my stuff doesn't work the first time. If you've been in the channel, you know that, and that's the way it is. So, but definitely check out Salisbury Crafts. These colors are amazing. We love them here. We're gonna keep using them. Also, check out, if you're looking at CA glue, go to Satellite City, which is www.caglue.com. Check them out if you want to buy that. Use code Bailey10 at checkout. We'd appreciate that. Every little bit helps the shop, and you get 10% off. Yeah, definitely subscribe. This will do it for tonight. It took 2 hours to do this, and I think the last 45 minutes were just messing up the color and redoing it. So not that long. You guys can build this. And I think if I were going to do it again, I would make, well, the top was going to be thicker, but we had that explosion. So if the top was thicker, what I was planning on doing is having this hidden, so it would sit down, and I'd have a little gap, but it would sit down on that top. Well, no, it would cover the pin, so it would just kind of spin around it, but you wouldn't see the pin. So I wasn't really thinking right, and I was going to have them all tight, and that wouldn't work. But yeah, it would have a solid top and cover up that pin. So we could still do it if I made another one of these pieces the same and just sandwiched it on top of there, which who knows, maybe I'll do that. But we're not going to use the piece that exploded. So go back and watch. I don't know what time that was, but it was pretty crazy. So, all right, guys, that's going to do it. Macario, I thought you left. All right, take care. Thanks for coming in, Macario. Thanks, Pat. Jay, thanks for coming in. Jay, you need to do a live stream pretty soon. I think you're still waiting on that Ethernet cable, right? As soon as you get that, you let me know. We'll do a live stream. All right, Matthew, Pat, who else? Who else is here? Garrett, thanks for stopping in. Clyde, thanks for stopping in. Todd. All right, we'll see you guys. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. No live streams this weekend. Maybe Sunday night, but probably not. So Monday, come back. Oh, Jay doesn't have 50 subs yet. We got to get Jay 50 subs. Where you at? Go to channel. 15. Oh, come on, guys. All right, everybody go to Salisbury Crafts. So click your mouse on Jay's name and click go to channel. Don't do right click. It's a left click. Hit go to channel. Go to his channel and subscribe right now. We've got 64 people. Let's get Jay 50 subs. Quick, hurry up because we got to go. People are waiting. We got to shut this down. So let's do it. Alex, hey Alex. Hey Alex, go to Salisbury Crafts and subscribe. We got to get this done. We're on a marathon, like a telethon here. Still got 15. Let's go. Let me split that window out. This is the law, guys. Help me out. Help us out. Johnny Foster's at 40. Come on, 10. 10 people. We can get Johnny to 50 and we can get Salisbury Crafts to 50. Oh, people are leaving in droves, guys. They hate this. I don't know why they hate it. I don't get it. These are good channels. Good channels. It's just like pulling teeth. All right. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there, guys. Start putting up some content, Jay, and I'll help you out with that. I have some videos I could send you to upload if you want. We'll work something out. All right, everybody, we're gonna go. We'll see ya. Have a good evening. Have a good week. And subscribe to Salisbury Crafts. Subscribe to Bailey Woodworks, and we will see you Monday, Wednesday, or Friday at 8 o'clock Eastern. All right, see you guys. Bye.